a plan that will continue to invest in controlling our guns and keeping our communities safer. And that's exactly the thing we're going to move forward with on a stronger mandate.
Justin Trudeau's soft on crime approach. Hi, I'm Brian Lilley, political columnist with the Toronto Sun. If you ever wanted to know what an ideologically motivated justice system looks like, one run by the activists, well, you're about to get a sense of it. The Trudeau Liberals have unveiled Bill C-5. It's a replica of a bill they introduced in the last Parliament and didn't pass, Bill C-22. And what it seeks to do is get rid of repeat mandatory offenders on serious gun crimes from having a mandatory minimum sentence. They say this is to deal with systemic racial discrimination in the system. But let me read to you some of the mandatory minimums that the Trudeau Liberals are doing away with. It will shock you. Using a firearm in the commission of an offense. Well, that currently comes with a 1-year mandatory minimum, but they're going to do away with that. Possession of a firearm or weapon, knowing its possession is unauthorized, they're doing away with that. That's a crime that only comes with a mandatory minimum of 1 year after you've been convicted of this offense twice. They're doing away with possession of prohibited or restricted firearm with ammunition. That's the type of firearm where you need special licenses, not a general license to have one, but they're doing away with it. They're also doing away with weapons trafficking, importing and exporting, knowing it's unauthorized, meaning gun smuggling. They're doing away with robbery with a firearm and extortion with a firearm, mandatory minimums. Does this sound like a government that actually wants to get tough on crime? Right now, what they're mainly focused on when it comes to dealing with gun crime is, well, making the regulations tighter for people who get vetted by the RCMP, take a safety course, and are licensed by the government. Those people are facing more onerous restrictions. Criminals with guns shooting up the streets, they're going to face less onerous restrictions. It makes no sense unless you adopt Trudeau's hug a thug mentality. You know, it's cliche to say hug a thug. It's cliche to say that Liberals are soft on crime. And yet here they are doing this. And they're going to defend it by saying mandatory minimums just don't work. Yet they're keeping them for a number of other offenses, including murder, sexual offense, even impaired driving is going to have a mandatory minimum. But shooting up a street with an illegal gun? No, that shouldn't have one, because to do so would be racially discriminatory. I'm sorry, I'm not buying it. This is ideologically motivated. Even Pierre Trudeau knew that mandatory minimums were a valid tool. He was the first prime minister to bring in mandatory minimums for gun crimes in 1977. Now his son wants to do away with committing a crime while possessing an illegal gun and having a mandatory minimum go with it. If that makes sense to you, you probably voted for Justin Trudeau more than once. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment down below, share this on social media, and of course, subscribe to our channel.